Hello everybody, welcome back to Break the Record Live, featuring Dark Souls Remastered. We have 7 of the top runners who have qualified to race the All Bosses category here. It is very early in the morning for us, or start of the day here for day 2, and we're seeing 5 of our runners here currently racing their way through. We've got Old School on a very good pace right now, 31 seconds ahead of the current event time they have, which is... Oh, sorry, no, that's 31 seconds ahead of their PB of a 103.50, which would be a significant improvement over their 104 event time. We got Danflesh and Iron Boy also in the green at the moment, and we got a nice early gold split on Mintius there. For those of you not aware of what Break the Record Live is, it is a 3-day event here where we are trying to break the record live. The current world record for the category is set by Catalyst, who is our current #1 runner with a 102.48. And the reason these racers are doing this is they are trying for the pride and glory of breaking the world record, but also for a share of a $5,000 prize pool generously provided by our sponsor, Kaspersky. And a big thank you as well to Twitch for helping put on the show. Taking a quick look at the leaderboard right now, as you can see, we have got Catalyst in first place with that 102.48. That is the world record that we are trying to see beaten today, taking home $1,500. Danflesh in second, getting 1,000 with his 103.43. Old School in third with a 104.24, getting 700 there. And then, of course, we've got Nax, 105.17. Iron Boy, 108.45. Mintius with a 112.36. And Gentoff with a 139.49. And joining us right now on the mic, we do have fellow host Boy the Hero here. And we do have 2 Speedsouls extraordinaires, Capitan and Red as well. How you all doing, folks?
Hello, doing pretty good. What about you? Excited to see some more runs. We're back, so we can keep going with Old School's run, which is going pretty good so far. Hopefully I didn't kill it by saying that now.
It's the funny thing is, well, we've had some strange and unfortunate deaths in this particular area. The Duke's Archives is a I think we were talking about it yesterday. It's a pretty technical area. There's a lot of specific movement and fairly long as well, because we're obviously going to be going down to the Crystal Caves, down to Seath as well. So there's like a whole long bunch of sections. A very important thing they're going to do here is going to activate this lift and then do a quit out as soon as the lift kind of like properly starts moving. And this is to set up for a couple of things. Specifically, it's going to allow our players to kind of like bonk themselves out of bounds when they kind of do it again. But so yeah, so roll to the side and then do another quit out, which kind of like pops them up, which is kind of cool. Just to wee out of bounds, which allows them to kind of like skip a good chunk of this dungeon by full control, quit out again before the actual death property fully kicks in, if I'm not mistaken. And then they're kind of on stable ground. Grab the strong magic shield spell as well, I think, now, unless they've already done it. But this spell is super important, like really, really important for specific strats in this game. So this is a nice pickup. Like that.
Yeah, and the fact that the skip brings you on the correct floor is also very handy. So it's pretty cool that you can get it fairly quickly. Because I think even if you didn't grab the shield, that skip that he did with the elevator, I think it still would be faster to do. So yeah, we didn't really explain full control quit outs, but yeah, those are we didn't explain it because it's kind of a joke how the skip is actually like in every Souls games, even in the Demon Souls remake that released like a few weeks ago, right? I think you can do it still with the cat ring. But yeah, you can do it like in Dark Souls 3 as well, where basically it's a spell that is supposed to neglect all falling damage as long as your fall is not a lethal fall. But the side effect of the spell is that it also delays how much time it takes for the game to kill you if you do a lethal fall. Because if you do a lethal fall, usually the first frame you hit the floor, you're dead. But here, with full control, it doesn't do it. Oh my god, that's...
Oh god, no.
Wow, that is a rare rare meme. That's 1% meme. uh,
Wow. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think I
That's
think
it.
Jeez.
technically it kind of was his fault because the way he did the plunge, sorry, the full control quit out on the crystal cave, you usually want to land on top, like of a slight slope on the crystal, but here he landed a bit further back, so he had to walk around it, and walking around takes a bit of time, and that gives like an opportunity for that golem. He has an AOE attack where it just smashes the ground, and there's like crystals that come up the floor, like around him, and it has quite a big reach. And unfortunately, that killed him.
Indeed, run dead, and it is as simple as that. It can just be over in a second. I'd be interested in having a look over at Danflesh, however, because obviously we haven't had them on the main screen. They've been doing really well this weekend, and they're on a pretty good run, approaching Iron Golem. I'm about to go into Anor Londo, so I'm gonna head over there. We can check in, see how he's doing. So 10 seconds ahead, which is a solid start. Now this is going up against event PB. So some of the splits that you'll see might be a little bit weird. Some runners aren't going up against their PB, and they're not even going up against their event time. They just kind of have different splits that they're going up against. But this is Danflesh's actual PB and event PB, because he got a true PB yesterday, which is very, very good.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's interesting. So looking good. I mean, looking at the stats for him as well. Danflesh. Predicted time is like a 103.33, but a best possible of a 102.24. So yeah, can get a low 102 with this. You know, if Dan goes even with every gold from here on out, that's a world record, my friend.
Easy.
I want to see that.
Yeah, that's got it. That, I mean, what are the chance? I mean, you know, when everyone does the whole thing of like they have the percent chance to PB in their like splits, right? It's like 0.1% chance to PB after the first split.
Yeah, I feel like that's bad for your mental health, for the right.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either. I'd love to know what the percentage chance is to go even with every gold you have after gold every split. God, just be
sure,
nuts.
but
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows? But I mean, Danflesh, it was a 102.40 counting actually, as he's falling down. 102.43 best possible time here. He definitely has some goals that can still be improved as well.
Mm.
And not only meeting his goal, but also improving it. Can definitely do that in some splits at least.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, the biggest obstacle is gonna get past this split.
Oh, he's already pretty low on HP,
Oh yeah.
but that should be fine. Oh yeah, you can't really do much about the painting artisans in this route, so you just create Soul Harrow.
It's kind of sad for Remastered that okay, I'm going to original again because I'm original pleb. But in original, basically every route has a thrusting sword, and at that point you can just use to kind of poke the guardians off.
Mm-hmm.
Remastered route don't need thrusting swords at all because they just don't have the glitch used for in the original. So yeah, you're kind of out of options. Either have to some routes use a shield to kind of push them off with the shield, which is kind of slow. Or in this case, I guess you can kill them with soul arrows. But ideally, they just let you pass.
Yeah, speaking of letting you pass there, we're watching Dan right now doing the death cam glitch with the gargoyle up the top there. We did see a few runners yesterday meet an unfortunate end where the gargoyle just takes a swipe and you can't really see it coming, so you can't react to it just because of the camera angle. And as we saw with Osku there as well, just that the crystal golem just, I'm just going to do an attack. So we got all these random enemies that you're not really paying attention to. And then suddenly out of nowhere, it's like, yeah, I'm just going to announce my presence and your run is now dead. So going to try and be very careful with all these enemies that are passing around. Are there any other ones that you know of that are just hiding away, or does any enemy have the potential to be that enemy?
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's not every enemy, because some enemies you run past for literal years, like you run the game for 2 years or 3 years and they never kill you, and then after 3 years they do kill you, and then you're like questioning whether or not you should ever run past them again. But yeah, especially with the remaster having more aggressive AIs, I wouldn't trust anyone.
It's kind of a weird change between versions that remaster enemies such as
Yeah, it was
not
probably like
usual.
it's probably an unwanted change. Because
Especially
Oh,
rip.
another
Wow.
duck? Like, come on, man, stop ducking over our spears. Like, oh,
he jumped over one and ducked, and then
he is a fast boy. But unfortunately, that does end that run, which is another reset on the board there. Again, we saw that we've saw quite a few good runs today, meeting the end towards Ornstein and Schmo there. They're being the gatekeeper. They're not letting anybody pass right now. Although we do have Iron Boy at the moment, currently ahead. So we're going to go and take a look at him at the moment. Coming back into Anor Londo, I believe we're going to be heading towards Seath now. Not having a fairly good Hydra and Dusk split there, unfortunately, going from 23 seconds ahead down to 6, but still in the green and still plenty of time to save as well.
Has to be said, Ornstein's playing very well today. He is on fire, that guy.
Yeah, best runner of the day.
God, yeah. He's getting a great fight. Yeah, the RNG is really good for him. Like, he's casting. I know what I'll do. I'll counter with my duck stab combo. Ha
So the thing is, yeah, I've saw the spell is being dodged every which way. He can move left, he can move right, he can duck, he can jump. It's like, what are you doing? No, we don't have that control. Why do you have this control?
Right, and speaking of which, it's almost coming up to the hour, which I will be. I will be ducking out personally, just so I've got to go and do some things today. I'll be back a little bit later, but I'll leave you in the very capable hands of my co-host Argic and these two lovely casters who are, taking you through everything you need to know about Dark Souls or bosses. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. I'll be back a little bit later, so I wish you the best for the next few hours. Enjoy the show, everyone, and I'll see you guys soon.
Very much.
Bye-bye.
See you later, mate.
All right. I think I'm also getting replaced with Alibaba soon as he arrives here. I guess for now I can stay until that is the case.
Of course, we can see how everything is going to play out here. Looking to see any of the runners manage to get past those gatekeepers. And speaking of Alibaba, they are currently waiting. Let's see if they are ready to come in.
So Iron Boy doing a somewhat more safer strat for the golem here. You have to kill to enter the not DLC area by getting this pendant here. So he gets a Soul Mass arrow to kill one of the melee guys to not get killed there. And also here we have the effect of Hidden Body active, a spell he picked up earlier, which makes it harder for enemies to see and hear him. Not hear, see. That's why it's Hidden Body, not Soundless Body. Yeah, but it's hard for them to see them to react later. It's easier to just run through areas with that spell, and that's what I use it for. And here we see the Iron Boy only setup for the Absorb, which sometimes works.
Oh, he's still doing the punch method? I didn't look.
He still does the punch method, and
Okay,
it works for him,
this time it
so-
worked. All right, cool.
All right.
And in just mentioning there as well, as you said, Red, we do have Alibaba with us now. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good.
Ready for some more runs today?
Oh, of course. It should be some good stuff.
Yeah, for the start here, it has really just been a case of it is that early game grind that we're seeing these runners try and try and get their way through. We've had a few successful attempts, which were then ultimately cut short not long after the Ornstein and Small fight. But Red, I believe you are jumping out now, but you'll be back again later on. So we'll be
Yes,
hearing
indeed.
from you.
I will be back in a few hours. Now I will leave it to Alibaba. See you.
Bye-bye, Red.
Goodbye.
Indeed. So we're coming through right now, currently taking a look at Iron Boy. They are the furthest through on their current run here, as they are heading down towards the Seath fight. This is actually, well, if Iron Boy manages to pass Seath here, it'll be the furthest any runner has got at the moment. This is day 2, of course. This is second of 3 days, and we're allowing our runners here to do as many attempts and resets as they need. You can see the times on the leaderboard below the footage there, and you can see how everybody is trying to stack up at the moment.
Yeah, so Iron Boy's about to do the Crystal Caves Fallout. Full control quit out here.
And this is where we have to be very careful. This is where Old School got to, but unfortunately had an incident unloading back in where the Crystal Golem decided to do an attack. So fingers crossed for Iron Boy here.
Yeah, here he didn't land like where Old School landed. So he landed on top of the crystal, and that allows you to just run straight. So that's what I was talking about when I mentioned that Old School, it was kind of his fault in a way that he didn't do the jump properly. But the crystal cave jump can be a bit annoying because you don't jump off a simple floor, like you're jumping off a slope. So you need to let your character slide and jump at the correct moment. And also it's kind of spooky at the start because the kill box is like right below it. So you want to jump as late as possible, but if you miss the jump, it's just an instant death. So you really don't want to mess it up. But he did.
Yeah, so he casted a Hidden Body for the clams, so now this fight should be pretty chill.
Yeah, press R1 a bunch and the boss dies.
Yeah.
And that is officially the furthest run of the day. Congratulations.
Hey!
Poggers.
But we do head towards arguably one of the harder areas of the run as well. You think Ornstein and Schmo are bad. Then you get to have fun with the Guardian and Artorias in the DLC. Do you want to explain what some of the things the Guardian can do?
Sure. Well, at least you don't fight Guardian and Artorias at the same time like you do with ONS. But Guardian is quite a bit of RNG at the start, unfortunately. He has a bunch of ranged attacks, which are lightning, like he just throws lightning at you. And while getting just one lightning opening, it's not too big of a deal because you have to run towards the exit anyways. If Guardian decides to just spam that, there's pretty much nothing you can do about. So you really want to get good RNG with that. And then after that, you have Artorias, and Artorias can be like super annoying to, in the same way that Ornstein can dodge spells without even trying. Artorias can do the same. Like he just starts a new attack, and because Artorias moves a lot when he does his attacks, sometimes you can just dodge the Soul Spear just by turning around or by doing a front flip or something fancy like that.
Yeah, you can also just do a side roll as well, which is quite annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see how this goes for Iron Boy.
No lightning opening. Alright, like he can... Oh, I guess he doesn't know about the... Alright, that's pretty good. I guess he doesn't... I'm not sure if he's not aware or if he purposefully was waiting for another attack. But there's a mechanic with Guardian where you can tell whether... Like when he does melee attacks, where he either attack with his head or with his paw, you can tell whether or not he's going to do 2 or 4 attacks, depending on which attacks he does. And here he did only 2, and he could have attacked, but Maybe you can't do that with magic. I don't know. I'm not sure if.
You can, but I'm pretty sure you can charge at you randomly.
I
When
mean,
you do that.
it's not. He doesn't always do 4 hits. He can cancel at the third if you run away. Because I see Master mentioning he can't do, because that can happen in the original as well. Like he will only keep going with his attacks if you're close enough, or he can also stop if he hits you. I think like if you get hit at the first hit, he might stop and not do the second hit.
Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
And so just quickly before we get into the Artorias fight there, although we're getting both at the same time here, Iron Boy going in Artorias. We got Mintius also heading into Ornstein and Smoke, currently with a 9-second lead as well. So here comes both these fights at the same time.
That should be good for Artorias. No, there we go. See, like he rolled and dodged the Soul Spear. Again, wow, that's typical Artorias. Yeah, wow,
Wow.
my God,
That's
that is
3.
awful. Okay, now we should buff. Yeah, there we go. He should he can buff, but he's not attacking. So Artorias has like hyper armor when he buffs, so damage is like reduced by something stupid like 70 or 80%. And so if you run out of soul spears, you want to wait for after the buff is over. So that's what he did there. That's why he was casting homing soul mass and then the soul spear. Still having quite some time compared to his 110 split, which well, like it says his leaderboard on the leaderboard right on the event leaderboard right now. It says he has a 108.45. That's because he changed his splits compared to yesterday. He's doing a different route. So I think his actual event PB is like a 112 something, right?
I believe so, yeah. We're going to see what happens with this run here. Obviously, if this run does PB, the time that he gets here will end up becoming the PB overall for the event. But we've got production on that one. So we will keep you updated while we wait with bated breath to see if this run will finish. That's still looking very good, though. 26.9 seconds at the moment. And throughout this entire section here, Artorias was being slightly unfavorable there, dodging a number of spears. But Minitus having equal issues down with Ornstein and Smo there. Ornstein doing a lot of ducking and weaving. It's like he knows. He's seriously on a roll today. But Minitus holding fast on there, firing out as many of these spears as he can. Just trying to finish the fight. Unfortunately, losing a lot of time now. Oh, and that one just deciding to go wide because that spear does what it wants. Great soul arrow,
hopefully
please.
No problem for Iron Boy. Okay, Calamite should kill the dog. One of the dog followed Iron Boy into the fight. I don't see any souls.
Oh, this could be spooky.
Okay, I guess the dog just lost aggro. Okay, so this is one of the this is pretty much the reason Crapple Mage is back in the remaster. So this is goalless Calamite. So if you play this game, if you play the DLC, you know how you're supposed to fight Calamite. You're supposed to just trigger the fight by going there first, and then you grab a secret key in a chest that allows you to open a door to access an NPC that you have to talk to, and that NPC is an archer that will shoot an arrow at Calamite. And then Calamite, because of that, won't be able to fly anymore. Well, I mean, he still can fly when you fight him, but Calamite will become a fightable boss, like with the fog gate and boss music and stuff like that. Turns out, actually, you can kill Calamite without talking to Go at all. That by its own isn't very new at all. Like, people knew about the fact that you could kill Calamite for a very long time, but we never had speedrun strats for that. Like, you could just do it with the bow, and it was like super slow. But yeah, someone on Discord one day came up with this strat, being like, hey, you can shoot him with soul spears, and eventually runners ended up routing that into the speedrun, and now it's actually possible. So Calamite here dies. He dark signs before he gets the souls, because now Calamite is considered dead. So you will see as he runs on his way to Manus, that he will get souls and the Calamity Ring. About now, there we go. So Calamity is dead now, and we never have to talk to Go. We don't have to free the NPC. We don't have to get the key. We don't have to run. We don't have to run twice to Calamity. That's the biggest time save, because if you want to fight him with like on the ground, you have to walk there twice. So major time save from this category.
Yeah, and that's the reason why he took the detour to get the Great Magic Shield in Duke's Archives.
Mm-hmm. Because the Great Magic Shield is like super strong. It basically makes your shield block 100% of every type of damage, as long as the spell is active. So it's really strong. What is this air roll shenanigan? Maybe we haven't explained it. Yeah, so this is meme roll. If it's in the remaster, we call it meme roll. If it's in the original, we call it air roll. But basically, with this, what's happening is in the remaster, the weights is very like large. The window you have to do it. You just need to be like between 25 and 27%. I don't remember exactly. But basically, yes.
I think it's between 26 and 29.1, but I could be wrong. In this game,
it's something pretty huge. And that what that allows you to do is when you're falling, yeah, between 25 and 29.1. Sorry. And that allows you to keep rolling when you're falling, so the game won't trigger the falling animation. And so we just do that to be able to fall while rolling. And when you roll, you're invincible, because that's how you're supposed to dodge attacks and stuff. But that includes falling damage as well. So at the moment where the game tries to apply falling damage to you, you're just invincible, so it doesn't happen. All right, let's go with Manus. So Iron Boy doesn't do the Manus Foggate skip. He crosses the Foggates. One of the benefits of that is that you can safely cast twice at the start of the fight. You can also do it. Sorry, you can also do it kind of if you do the Foggate skip, but it's super risky, and usually people don't attempt to do it. Oh, that's unfortunate.
One.
He's gonna have to finish with a great heavy sword arrow. All right.
Managed to get 2 quick ones out at the end, though.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a nice rebound. Yeah, and that is the end of the DLC.
So a really important pickup down in the DLC there as well, I believe Iron Boy should have it now, would be the spell Dark Bead.
Yes.
Can you explain how that is going to work for the rest of the run now?
Go ahead, Eddie.
It's basically a dark magic spell, and what it does is when you cast it, a large number of beads come out of your catalyst, and when you're at close range, you can make sure that they all hit your enemy at the same time. With all of the magic boosts and RTSR and the intelligence and everything that Iron Boy has at the moment, let's just say they will deal a very large amount of damage, which we will be seeing on the Four Kings fight here.
Going to be going for the one king strat. At least that's the plan. But again, one king, relatively hard to pull off in remaster, from what I gather.
Yeah. So what he's going to do? He's going to cast 2 soul spears at the start to get the first king down to as low health as possible before he's about to die. And then, because he leveled up dexterity earlier to 45, his cast spell speed is going to be faster than usual. So he's going to try to cast 3 dark beads, and if it works out properly, then he will not need to fight the second king.
Yeah, that's and the specific problem though with the remaster is that for some reason, if you had this set up in the original, that would be super easy one king. You would basically just get as close as you can from the king and spam R1, and you would get one king. Unfortunately, in the remaster, they changed something that makes that it doesn't work. So you have to be slightly back. So you will see. There we go. You see he. Oh, yeah. I think he missed. Yeah.
Rip.
What he was supposed to do was stand a tiny bit further back in order to be sure that the last dark bead hits. But here he didn't do it properly. I think it was too close, so it missed, unfortunately.
Yeah, but as you can see, he dropped an item once he dropped into the abyss so that he would know where the second king would spawn just in case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when you do the seal skip to reach the kings from out of bounds, which is not only faster, you also land exactly where the second king will spawn. So you can just drop an item and you know that's where it's gonna spawn. Because it's like the abyss is like a huge circle in the dark, so you can't really see where you're going. But yeah, seems like he also had 2 king on his PB splits. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah,
'Cause
definitely
he
looks it
saved-
with that time save. Yeah, still saving 2 seconds overall, but
Mhm.
we know that it means next time, if he gets 1 king, there's a lot more time to be saved.
So, reminder that right now the run looks pretty good, but he doesn't even need to be in the reds, in the greens to get an even PB, since his even PB is still a 112. So, yeah, looking pretty good for Iron Boy so far.
Definitely. We're going to take a quick moment to switch over to Dan Flesh here. Dan Flesh just getting past the Ornstein and Schmo fight. Currently 1.3 seconds behind the PB there. We was 10 seconds ahead going into the fight, but unfortunately not getting a favorable fight with the pattern there, of course, but making it past. So the main thing here is that he has actually made it through, doing the level up right now, having duped the souls already, getting all the spells, getting all the rings, getting everything that you need just to advance for the rest of the run.
Yes, as you can see after ONS, he did the pocket frampt, as it's called, to dupe a bunch of souls, and that's going to be the last level he does for the whole run, if I remember correctly. And he also bought some OP spells.
Again, the joys of the mage build here, just showing how strong magic can be in Dark Souls in general. And then I'm going to pretend that you're an egg.
Yeah.
Here we can see Iron Boy doing a different version of the Depth Out of Bound. He's doing an easier but slower version, but also arguably cooler, where he opens the door from out of bounds to get back inbound. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I actually didn't know about that till yesterday.
It's pretty cool how throughout the category here, throughout the speedrun, there are a number of different strats available for the runners to use. If something doesn't quite go right, or if they don't want to take a rather risky strat, especially on a pace like this, at 40 odd seconds ahead, it's like, no, I'm gonna take it safe. I'm gonna use the door strat to get back in bounds, and then get a very nice gaping demon fight there. Not even getting to slam down, just gracefully falling down. And then heading back to the bonfire. Meanwhile, Dan Flesh getting a nice kill there on Stray Demon.
Yeah, that was a very smooth fight.
So we got this Black Knight here. Don't think Dan opts to kill the Dark Knight.
No, you don't need to. Oh, and a gold from Dan.
Nice. So yeah, now he's going to buy even more OP spells.
Yeah, getting Soul Arrow, getting other spells there as well. And then warping away down towards Hydra. So a quick look at the other runners as well. We got Oldsku currently heading through Sen's Fortress at the moment, about to do the Iron Golem fight. We'll take a look at them when they get towards Anne Orlando and the Ornstein fight. We've also got Catalyst right now. Currently back in the asylum again. It seems we visit there rather often at the moment. And of course, we got Mintius currently doing Death Cam as well. They are in the process of heading down towards Seath, I believe. So they'll be performing... I believe this is one of the... It's the second attempt at doing the... Oh, which one is this again? Which one is Mintius doing at the moment?
It's the Golden Fog Gate skip.
That's the one.
Let's see, Iron Boy's about to fight the hardest boss in the game.
Let's have a look and see how this goes. Hardest boss in the game here.
Oh, that was really close, man.
Yeah,
I was nervous the entire time.
oh, good old Pinwheel. You know, I don't want to wish anything bad on any of our runners here, but you gotta wonder, will we see a Pinwheel death in the event? You don't want to see it.
I actually have seen someone die to Pinwheel in Grapple Mage before in the original game.
Yeah, like you can get a... It can happen. Honestly, if you speedrun this game for long enough, eventually you'll die to Pinwheel, even with the... Because what can happen, I think what happens if you want like to die to Pinwheel with Darkbeat is when you jump into the fight and you get a stored roll, so you don't roll at the start, you just get staggered. And so you can't reach Pinwheel as quickly, and then as you cast Darkbeat in front of Pinwheel, you have like a dummy that spawns in front of you, and that saves Pinwheel instead of... So he takes the hit instead of Pinwheel. And then as soon as there are a bunch of Pinwheels, if they throw orbs at you, especially with this amount of health, because they didn't level up health, they can like two-shot you, so... Eventually, it will happen if you speedrun this. Well, except if you speedrun any percent, because then you don't fight Pinwheel at all, so...
Yeah, I mean, even in No Wrong Warp, it's pretty rare.
A bit of a safe strat from Iron Boy here, but that's what we saw from him. He likes to go for consistency. I think it's a safe bet for an event like this, because you don't really need Hidden Body here, but it makes things a bit easier to just have Hidden Body. So now he's gonna fight Nido, and you can see he's blocking with, like, he has his Catalyst two-handed, and that's for in case Nido starts to scream, because let's see if that happens. Yeah, it does happen. So he's just gonna block with the Catalyst, and the sword will just not hit him. He's gonna do it again here, I suppose. Oh no, this time he rolls. So basically what's happening is the scream attack, even though it's a huge sword that comes out of the floor, the actual hitbox is just a tiny sphere at the bottom near your feet. And the game uses the center of your character to know where you are, and then places the sphere below your feet. And with some weapons, that includes some bows and the Catalyst, when you block, you do an animation that spreads your legs apart far enough that the sphere spawns in between your legs and doesn't hit you. So that's very, very fortunate. Another meme roll here.
It's a nice way of using the Catalyst to full effect. Not only is it good for doing your attacks throughout the run here, it helps protect you as well.
Here is doing like a slightly easier version of meme rolls where he keeps full control, and that neglects the need of having your invincibility frames of the roll match the moment where you're supposed to take the falling damage. Because if you don't have full control, then sometimes some meme rolls you have to be very careful of where you are, because otherwise you can't do it properly. But here it worked. Like, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, because normally the iframes on a roll the frames only appear at the start of the roll generally, but when you have full control casted, it will protect you throughout the whole animation.
Unfortunate reset to ONS for Old School, apparently.
Yeah, also Minty is doing a reset there as well. They were heading down to Seath, and unfortunately, not making it towards the bottom. They were 40 seconds ahead on that run there, so hopefully we'll see them manage to get through again. This time with a better ONS fight. Their ONS fight, they lost about 50 odd seconds to that. So Mindius definitely has the ability to pull out a significant PB here. Just needs to try and get that run to completion. Yeah, having a look at actually all our runners right now as well. Dan Flesh is reset. Old School has got reset again. Catalyst is 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes into a run, and Mindy is back at the start as well. So Iron Boy right now still the furthest for day 2 here. Could also be the first one to finish, but as we witnessed yesterday, we've still got many things, many enemies that can just turn around and decide, no, this run ends now.
Yeah, absolutely, which is really sad.
We don't want to see no firestorms and Bed of Chaos today, please.
Don't jinx it, man.
No, I'm far enough away that it won't get jinxed. That's my philosophy on that one.
Yeah, Iron Boy is super consistent, but that's what I was mentioning with the fact that he does safer strats. I think it's a good bet to go with that.
Oh, definitely. It's one of those things that I personally do for speedrunning is that, yeah, you want to try and get PBs, you want to try and get those improved times, but at the same time, you want to build that consistency. So you know that when you go through, that you're going to be able to do certain things when needed.
Yeah, especially in an event like this as well.
Exactly. It's something that the runners have to constantly take in mind. You've got to decide, do you want to try and finish as many attempts as you can, or do you want to get that perfect run, aim for that perfect run? Of course, right now, day 2, nerves probably not as high as they will be tomorrow. Like, you've still got that 12-hour buffer. You can still attempt some new strats, or you can still try and perfect some of those areas. You don't have to worry about completing full runs right now. But tomorrow, that's when you're going to have to see these runners pull out everything they've got and take those hits, take those knocks. And if it's a couple of seconds here and there, keep going with the run. Don't reset it.
Back-to-back goals for Iron Boy.
Indeed. 51 seconds ahead at the moment. Significantly good run at the moment as we head towards the Izalith portion of the run.
Yeah, not doing the plunge, surprisingly.
Yeah. There's like a slightly faster way to drop down, but it's like something you can mess up. So, see, that's what I mean. Like, he just accepts losing like 2 or 3 seconds here and there, just for the sake of finishing the run. Especially like when he has a pace like this, it's understandable.
Definitely. I mean, just having a look through some of the stats here that we've got, like Iron Boy right now has attempted about 14 runs overall in the event. Whereas on the other side here, you've got Catalyst, who's only finished 2 runs, but has attempted 31.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can see just how hard it is for Catalyst to try and get out of this early game that he's happy with. Like, it's not just getting out of the early game. Like, sure, you could, I'll just continue this run to the end, but you want to be in the green there as well when you do it.
Yeah, Kata has way less rooms to work with, so like every second counts for him. Where for Iron Boy, he has a bit more leeway.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
One of the worst boss in the game. Okay, that's the good opening from Fire Sage. Yeah. Because even though the hammer like goes through your face, the hitbox is like super far behind. So if you get the jump opening, you can just like give him a big hug and just kill him.
Give a big hug and go through it. Yeah, so while we have our runners here towards the early game, and we've got Iron Boy about to go into Centipede, I believe.
Yeah.
We'll see how Centipede goes, and then after Centipede here, when we do the big run through Izalith, we'll set ourselves up for a 3-minute ad break. So we'll take this Centipede demon fight. Hopefully it's very smooth. Centipede, behave yourself.
Hopefully we don't get the meme jump opening that can happen in the remaster.
It's looking good so far.
Okay, nice. Go down, G.
Yeah, but still have to aim properly. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. All right, now just run through some lava.
Yeah, gotta run through all the lava. Just as well
Yeah.
you get that ring there that negates the damage.
Yeah, objectively the best run through in the game.
Definitely the hottest one, that's for sure. But while we are running through and everybody's got our sunglasses on, we are going to take a quick 3-minute break here. Go grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink. We'll be back in 3 minutes.